Science is at this incredible tipping point. A totally new kind of artificial intelligence is starting to move from just being a tool on a computer to becoming a real partner in the lab. Today, we're going to dig into how this is literally changing the speed of discovery itself.
Just to wrap your head around the scale of this, imagine this for a second. What if one person could test a million different ideas in the time it normally takes just to set up one single experiment? I know, it sounds like something out of a movie, but that is exactly the promise of the tech we're talking about.
Okay, but before we jump into that future, we really have to understand the problem it's solving. Because right now, modern science is kind of hitting a wall, a huge bottleneck that's slowing down progress right when we need it the most.
And this graph, well, it pretty much says it all. We are drowning in information. Millions upon millions of scientific papers get published every single year. It's created this ocean of data that's just too vast for any human, or even a big team of humans, to ever get through. And that means crucial ideas and hidden connections are just getting lost in the noise.
And, this mountain of data just makes a tough job even tougher. The way we've always done science, going from an idea to a final result, is just incredibly slow and super expensive. We're talking years, sometimes even decades. And in fields like medicine, it can be billions of dollars for just one success.
So what's the solution? How do we break through this data problem? Well, the answer isn't just a faster computer. It's a whole new way of thinking about AI, one that acts less like a simple tool and more like a brilliant research collaborator.
All right, the term you need to know is agentic AI. This isn't just about crunching numbers. These are systems that can actually take initiative. They can think, they can plan, they can carry out complex jobs. And, here's the kicker, they can learn from what happens and get smarter every single time.
And this is the fundamental shift, right? We're moving from a passive tool to an active collaborator. For years, AI was like a fancy calculator. You'd give it a problem, and it would spit out an answer. Agentic AI is different. It doesn't just answer your questions, it starts asking its own questions, and then it goes off and finds the answers all by itself.
Now, this didn't just happen overnight. You can see this clear evolution here. We started with these really rigid, rule-based systems way back when. Then came machine learning, which could make predictions. After that, deep learning gave us amazing things like AlphaFold. But every step of the way was still directed by a human. Today, with agentic AI, we're finally seeing systems that can genuinely run on their own.
Okay, so how does this actually work? How does an AI go from being a tool to being a teammate? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of how these things actually operate in a lab.
Well, the secret sauce is what's called a closed-loop system. And as you can see, it's not a straight line from A to B. It's a constant circle where the AI dreams up ideas, tests them out, learns from the results, and then immediately feeds that new knowledge back into itself to get smarter for the next round.
Let's break that down. It's basically a four-step dance. First, the AI comes up with a new idea based on everything it knows. Second, it tests that idea, either in a simulation or by actually controlling robots in a lab. Third, it collects all the new data from that experiment. And fourth, the magic step. It learns. It updates its own brain to make its next idea even better. It's the scientific method, just supercharged to run at the speed of a machine.
So, that all sounds great in theory, right? But what about the real world? Let's look at the incredible breakthroughs these AI collaborators are already making in labs right now.
So let's take drug discovery. This is one of the most famous bottlenecks in all of science. It's a process that can easily take over a decade, cost billions of dollars, and, more often than not, ends in failure.
But now, look at this. This is the after picture. This chart shows just how much agentic AI is crushing those old timelines. By automating pretty much everything, from coming up with ideas to predicting which ones will work, entire stages of research that used to take years are now getting done in just a few months. This isn't just a small step up, it's a total game changer.
And this isn't just for medicine. Over in material science, Google DeepMind's AI agent Genome went out and on its own discovered 380,000 new stable materials. Just to put that into perspective, that's like hundreds of years of human lab work done by an AI uncovering this treasure chest of new materials for everything from better batteries to quantum computers.
And this is happening everywhere you look. We're seeing AI speed up drug design. We've got these self-driving labs that are inventing new catalysts and polymers from scratch. And it's even improving climate science, where models like GraphCast are giving us weather forecasts that are more accurate than anything we've ever had before.
And you gotta remember, this is all connected.
These huge leaps in drug discovery aren't happening in a bubble. They are just one piece of a massive AI revolution that's transforming all of healthcare, from diagnosing diseases to personalizing medicine for each and every one of us.
So where do we go from here? The potential is just immense, but the road ahead definitely has some bumps.
Now let's be real. This future isn't a sure thing. There are some serious hurdles we've got to clear. Running these things takes a mind-boggling amount of computer power. We also have to solve the black box problem. We need to be able to understand why the AI is making the decisions it's making. And, most important of all, we have to figure out how to use these powerful systems safely and ethically, especially when people's health is on the line.
And this quote, I think, really gets to the heart of it all. This isn't about replacing scientists, it's about supercharging them. The whole idea is a partnership, one that lets humans focus on our creativity and our intuition, asking the big, bold questions, while our AI partners do the heavy lifting of testing a million different answers.
So I'll leave you with this question. For all of human history, discovery has been limited by how fast we can work. But now that we have a tireless, brilliant research partner working alongside us, what impossible problems are we finally going to solve? What amazing discovery is just waiting around the corner?